Hey YouTube, James from the Wyvern Watch here again, once again with a deck profile, of course. This one is probably not one you've seen loads of on YouTube, because I think it's probably one of the decks that sort of gets forgotten about, shall we say. I don't think a lot of people are keen to try out this particular deck, but for whatever reason, I can't remember why really. I think it's probably the look of Warrock Mountain that sort of attracted me in the first place. And obviously since the initial launch of Warrock, it's been gradually getting a little bit more support. So I decided to put this deck together. Now, it isn't a competitive deck. It is really just a bit of a warrior toolbox sort of deck. But obviously, primarily, it's focusing on Warrock, and I just thought I'd show you this profile really, just to see what your thoughts are. I really like the look of it. Of course, some of these characters are really well drawn. So, you know, they're super artwork again, which of course is one of the things I look for when building a deck. But I just wanted to show you this, my build that I've come up with. Like I say, it is not one that you want to go and go and try and be successful in a tournament with. However, it is great fun to play, and a lot of people don't know how they work, because you know, most people tend not to play it. Most people haven't gone up against it an awful lot. So that's what I just sort of want to take advantage of really. But let's get straight into it. The first card I want to show you, of course, is Warrock Forcia. Let me just get this in the picture. Oh, you know what, I'm just off the playmat there. Let me just adjust a little bit, bring that back over. Sorry to do this mid-video, but may as well get it right, haven't we? So Warrock Forcia, obviously level 4. If your Earth Warrior monster battles after damage calculation, you can add one Warrock card from your deck to your hand, except Warrock Forcia, and then all Warrock monsters you currently control gain 200 attack until the end of the opponent's turn. And then if this card is sent from the monster zone to the graveyard by your opponent's card effect, you can special summon one level 5 or higher Warrock monster from your hand or deck. Now they pretty much all share that ability, I believe. I just need to double check on some of them, but you know, it's obviously an easy way to get some of the higher level Warrocks out and doing some damage. What you'll notice about most of these monsters is that they have effects in the battle phase, so which makes sense when you think about it, going up against a warrior deck. Next one is Warrock Gaktos. Again, level 4, and also, of course, Earth. The whole deck's pretty much Earth, I think. So if an Earth Warrior monster is normal summoned to your field, you can special summon this card from your hand, a Great Extender. If this card is sent from your monster zone to the graveyard by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon one level. Yeah, that's what I thought. So they pretty much all share that effect by special summoning a level 5 or higher. Just the 2 Wento, so there's the last of the level 4 monsters, so that'll make 8 level 4, so you know, your chances are you're going to pick at least one of them up in your opening hand. But if your Earth Warrior monster battles an opponent's monster during damage calculation, as a quick effect, you can pay 800 life points. Your battling monster gains 800 attack until the end of the turn. And if this card is sent from the monster zone to the graveyard by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon one level 5 or higher Warrock. Just bear in mind, of course, I just noticed and forgot to mention earlier, if this card is sent from the monster zone to the graveyard by an opponent's card effect, and unfortunately not by battle. So hence why people aren't tending to play this deck an awful lot, because obviously it relies on your opponent. Couple of one-offs then. So these are sort of the higher level ones. So you've got Mahmood, Orpis and Skylar. As I've mentioned, like I say, it being level 5 obviously doesn't make it an easy easy summon, but that's why they're all at once. So if you control no monsters, all of your monsters you control are warrior monsters, you can normal summon this card without tributing. And if your Earth Warrior monster battles after damage calculation, you can target one spell trap card your opponent controls and destroy it. Then all Warrock monsters you currently control gain 200 attack until the end of the opponent's turn. And then Orpis, if you control no monsters or all your monsters are warrior monsters, you can special summon this card without tributing. And if your Earth warrior monster battles after damage calculation, you can send one Earth warrior monster from your deck to the graveyard, except Orcus. Then all war monsters you currently control gain 200 attack until the opponent's turn. And then Skylar gains 100 attack for each monster your opponent controls. And during a battle phase in which your Earth warrior monster battles quick effects, you can target one level 5 or lower warrior monster in your graveyard and special summon it. Also, all War Rock monsters you currently control gain 200 attack until the end of the opponent's turn. Also, for the rest of the turn, you cannot attack directly with 5 or lower, level 5 or lower monsters. So you can tell what's going on here. They're just all ramping each other up, and I've been using dice in order to try and keep track of what the actual attack power is on each monster at any time. So the sort of boss monsters of the deck now. So you've got Warrock Basileos, and also one of Meteoragon, Meteoragon or something like that. So these are the guys you're looking to go into as and when you can. But Basileos for me is the 2-off. So during a battle phase in which your Earth warrior monster battles, quick effect, you can activate this effect. This card can attack directly this turn. Also, all Warrock monsters you currently control gain 200 attack until the end of the opponent's turn. And while this card is in your hand or graveyard, when your Earth warrior monster is destroyed by battle, you can special summon this card, but then banish it when it leaves the field. Excuse me. And then Meteoragon cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. And when an attack is declared involving this card and an opponent's monster, you can negate the opponent's monster's effects this turn, as well as the activated effects and effects on the field of monsters with the same original name. And then once per turn during battle phase in which your Earth warrior monster battles, quick effects, you can make all Warrock monsters you currently control gain 200 attack until the end of the opponent's turn. Also, this card can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase this turn. So again, guys, they're serious boss monsters, those two. So, but again, we don't need to be carrying more than 2 of those. I think I've gone for the right ratio in those. If I'm, well, I hope I have anyway. But I'm sure you guys will be quick to tell me otherwise if I haven't. Now, a little bit of sort of standard, a little bit of warrior support and also earth support. So I've gone for 2 of these. Now, this is the first time I've played this card in a deck. But this is a rookie, a warrior lady. And when this card, obviously it's Earth, which fits the theme. When an attack is declared involving your other warrior monster and your opponent's face-up monster, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard. That opponent's monster loses an attack equal to its original attack until the end of the turn. And then you can banish this card from the graveyard, then target one Earth warrior monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So I just thought it was a nice little tech card for this deck, and obviously fitting the theme, and Earth Warrior Monsters is what it's all about. And a little sort of level 7 engine. So, you know, we've got 2 Dino Wrestler Pancratops and 1 Redox. And it's good to see him in a deck as well. You know, I was talking in the video where I was talking about the ban list impact on my decks. I was talking about the Dragon Rulers and adding Tidal to one of my water decks, which I haven't yet done. I was just trying to think where Redox actually ended up in, and of course it has ended up in Warrocks. I think I'm going to get an extra copy for my X-Sabers though, if I haven't done that already. I can't remember. But you know, we know what these guys do, but I just thought, you know, it's a little level 7 special summon on both circumstances, and obviously it leaves us open to going into the extra deck if that's what we're going to end up doing. Either for a link or obviously for a rank play, but I actually don't think I'm running any rank 7s at the minute. I think that was just sort of more to get more bodies on the board for a link play. So that's it for Monsters guys. Let's move on to spells, and of course we are running Warrock Mountain. Now this deck does function without it, but it functions much better with it. So when this card is activated, you can add 1 Warrock monster from your deck to your hand. which is a great start. And at the start of the battle phase, if you control no monsters or all monsters you control are warrior monsters, you can special summon one War Rock monster from your hand with a different name than the cards you control. If your warrior monster would be destroyed by battle, you can send this card to the graveyard instead. That's why you want as many copies as you want on it, because you can actually, obviously prevent your monsters from being destroyed. But at the same time, you're searching for the War Rock monster and then have an opportunity to special summon it anyway. So yeah, great field spell. Really good looking field spell actually as well. If you take the artwork on this one, with it being secret rare, it helps a lot as well. But yeah, I just thought it was a great looking card. One of the slightly newer cards as well is Warrock Dignity. Excuse me. So you must control a Warrock monster to activate either of these effects. So when a monster your opponent controls activates its effect, negate the effect. And also during the battle phase, when your opponent activates a spell or trap or monster effect, negate the effect. You can only activate one Warrock Dignity per turn. So a bit of interruption, obviously quick play spell on that one as well. Lightning Overload, that one, wasn't it? Yeah, that's right, it's the same set. Also, the 3 of is we've got Warrock Spirit, which I think, yeah, this is out the same set, this one as well. So during the battle phase, you can target one Warrock monster in your graveyard and then activate one of these effects. You can special summon that target in attack position, but for the rest of the turn its effects are negated, also it cannot attack directly. Or you can special summon that target in defense position. Also, the first time each Warrock monster you control would be destroyed by battle this turn, it is not destroyed. So a little bit of protection, or indeed just getting an extra body on board. Again, quick play spell. And the last of the Warrock spells, I've got 2 Warrock Medium and 1 Warrock Ordeal. These are all coming from different sets. It'll got a lot of support sort of going through the sort of different sets there. But while your opponent controls a special summon monster and you control a level 7 or higher Warrock monster, during main phase 1, neither player can activate the effects of monsters on the field. Full stop. And then during your main phase, you can set one Warrock spell or trap directly from your deck, except Warrock Medium. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn, except warrior monsters. You can only use the effect of Warrock Medium once per turn. And then Warrock Ordeal is you can only control one Warrock Ordeal. And then when this card is activated, place 3 counters on it. And when your Warrock monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can remove 1 counter from this card. And if you do, draw 1 card. It's always a good thing to get a little bit of extra draw power in there. And speaking of draw power, and obviously conflicting slightly, but hopefully not too much, I've got 2 Pots of Extravagance. We actually don't use the extra deck an awful lot. I've got an extra deck here and I'm going to show you all 15 cards, but honestly, it's not something that you go into an awful lot. Another 2 of you'll be very familiar with is 2 copies of Raigeki. I just thought this fits the bill and obviously gets rid of some of the pesky monsters that this deck isn't that capable of other than by battle. And then a few 1-ofs as well. So we've got Terraforming, which obviously just to get the extra mountain. I've got the A-Forces. Now I haven't played this card since I actually played a generic warrior deck when I first started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Look, it's 1st edition LOD. It's an old card, this, and that's how it looks different. Look, I mean, look how different the cards have come on since this card was printed. But yeah, generic support for warriors. If you probably haven't seen this one before, but it's for every face-up warrior type and spellcaster monster on your side of the field, increase the attack of all warrior type monsters on your side of the field by 200 points. And, you know, it's a continuous spell. And it can certainly soon start adding up. We have, of course, got 1 Reinforcement of the Army, and why, of course, would you not in this particular deck? And we're also running Reinforcement of the Army's Troops. So when an attack is declared involving warrior monster, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower warrior monster from your hand, and you can only use the effect of Reinforcement of the Army Troops once per turn. So, you know, it's that's another battle phase option, of course, and it just all helps to get those extra bodies on board and get that damage done. And that's it for spells, and then just the 3 traps remaining. So we've got Warrock Generations and Warrock Big Glow. As usual, guys, I've just tried to use all the named cards that the archetype has supplied. Obviously, you know, if you're going to take this deck seriously, you'd probably want to add better sort of staple cards, I would definitely say so. But for now, this is just a funsies deck, and I just wanted to try some of the Warrock cards themselves. So during your battle phase, you can, if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can special summon one Warrock monster from your deck. And if you activate this card during your opponent's turn, for the rest of the turn, while you control the face-up special summon monster, your opponents cannot attack, except to attack that monster, which is an easy way of getting some of the big fellas out. And then during the main phase, if a face-up Warrock monster you control leaves the field by opponent's card effect, destroy up to 2 cards your opponent controls, and obviously you can only do that once per turn. So that's it for the main deck, guys. That's all Warrock cards accounted for, because there are no Warrock extra deck monsters. So, like I said to you before, it's a bit of a toolbox extra deck. But I'll show you the links first of all. So I've got Auser, the Earth Charmer, obviously just utilising the fact that the whole deck's pretty much Earth. My staple go-to Link 2, which is Nightmare Phoenix, and on this occasion Nightmare Usurberus as well, just with that card being Earth as well. I thought, why not, let's throw all the Earth types in. 1 or 2 warriors here, so we've got Ferocious Flame Swordsman, just as an excuse to run it really, apart from anything else. We run Mrs. Radiant as well, which, you know, is not the best card in the world, but it's an Earth deck, so fitting the theme. Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos, which you will have seen obviously in the thumbnail. And last for the links is Borrelsword Dragon as well. Now, like I say, you barely go into these while using this particular deck, but I just thought Blackluster Soldier of Chaos is a good one, because there's level 7 monsters in here that we can use for the summon. And then there's just sort of generic Earth stroke warrior type support. And also some Xyz monsters as well. I would definitely add some rank 7s if I thought about it earlier. But we've got a Cowboy for game, of course. We've got Gagaga Samurai, just because it's warrior monster really. Number 41 Baguska. Always a useful one. Number 106 Giant Hand as well. I just thought I'd throw this in as a rank 4 option. Another staple of mine is Tornado Dragon. Number 60 Dugaris the Timeless, which again is another pretty much standard one for me. We're running number 39 Utopia, and yes, Dark Magician, that is the red rare one that we traded some time ago. I think it's moved from my Noble Knight deck and has now introduced itself into Warrocks. And of course, number 39, S39 Utopia, the Lightning as well. I would definitely switch some of these out for rank 7s. To be honest, I don't think I've got that much available in terms of rank 7. Most of it's in other decks at the moment. But, you know, there's standard toolbox cards, and I'm sure, you know, if you were to build Warrocks, you can put your own spin on what you actually put on the extra deck. Guys, that is the deck profile. Hope you enjoyed that. I appreciate it's not something that you'll have seen an awful lot of before. It's not a deck that a lot of people tend to pick up. But I just really like the look of it. I had some of the cards available anyway, because you pick them up in sets, don't you? And it's not like everyone's looking to trade for them. So they're nice and cheap. If you wanted to put this deck together, it's good fun to play and very, very little money to put together. So hope you go and enjoy it. If you do go and put it together, please do put in the comments how you get on with it. I'd love to hear back on what changes you made to my build maybe, and then how you got on with playing it. Guys, comments in the section so important. Please do keep adding them. My subscriptions are now to 257 as of filming this. I really appreciate the extra support that you guys are giving me. Onwards and upwards. We're still aiming for 500. Let's keep it up. Thanks once again, and you'll see you next time for the next profile.